Fiddlesticks is a special champion to me. He's the first champion I ever saw get a VGU. Yes, that means I'm a newer player than most of you watching, but as the Jax mains would say, age is just a number. Since he's so special to me, rather than doing an intro meme where I give you some jump scares, I'll instead talk about everything I love about Fiddlesticks, and what he can do that makes him such a great support. So if you're not interested in that, skip ahead to 2 minutes and 2 seconds to see the runes and builds. I'll just be frank with you, everything in his kit is perfect in the support role. His passive seems weak for a support, since it's a ward that enemies can clear just by getting close to it. But being a support means you have the support item, which gives you actual wards to use, where jungle Fiddlesticks has no way of placing normal wards. His Q is a point-and-click fear that becomes AoE when used with another ability. This means that all you realistically need to start trading with the enemy is to run up to the enemy ADC and fear them with your point-and-click Q. His W is great for sustain and wave clear, allowing you to stay in lane longer and helping your ADC push to take plates when needed. Your E is a big slash with a silence in the middle, which cancels channels that a lot of champions have, but also slows from a good amount of range. This means you just sit in a bush and spam E's to annoy the enemy. His level 6 is truly where he becomes a menace. When you play Fiddlesticks jungle, the enemy naturally keeps track of you, since they know you have the potential to win a fight with a good 5-man fear. Smart players will still try to track your roams even when you're playing support, but being the support means you don't have to juggle clearing camps, taking objectives, and ganking lanes. You're free to sit in a bush for a minute with little to no consequences, since in the end, you're just giving your ADC some solo XP. So all of this is great, but you need items to go along with it. So let's move over to the projector screen and see the best items to build in the different playstyles of this champion. So this first build has a bit of a backstory to it. A long time ago, when I first started my channel, a master fiddle support main added me as a friend and told me that I should make a video about Fiddlesticks support, and that he'd even help me with it. Now as you know, I do my Will It support series in alphabetical order, so I kept him in my friends list, waiting for this very moment. So here it is, the High-Elo build that he suggests. His goal with this playstyle is to permanently fear the enemies. He says to always rush tier 2 boots first, as well as maxing Q over your W. These are the runes he says to go. They're all about CCing the enemy even longer. The second build came about when I was trying to do a tank Fiddlesticks build. Spoiler alert, it sucked so much so it got cut from the video. I was so tired of trying to make tank fiddle work, so with no other options, I just googled Fiddlesticks support, and these are the runes and items that came up. I guess it's more of a poke setup by spamming your E to proc Comet and Scorch. The items are just the standard jungle items, with the addition of Zazak's Realm Spike. So with the builds out of the way, let's go see some tips and tricks. The first tip is to try keep a control ward in the center bush at all times. This means you have a guaranteed way to fear enemies with your E. The next tip is to make sure you have auto attack on in the settings. When you're in an unwarded bush with auto attack on, you won't attack. That means when you're below level 6, you can easily tell if a lane bush is warded based on if you do or don't auto attack the minions. If you really don't feel like changing your settings just to play Fiddlesticks support, then make sure you stand on the very edge of the bush so the minions can run towards you, which means there's a ward in the bush. So now that you know how to build and play Fiddlesticks support, let's see how those games went.
get pregnant. Another one.
Bomba.
Yoink.
Oh, hell no, I'm out of here.
Enemy spotted.
I guess my hopes were just too high for this pick. I really thought Fiddlesticks support would be great. I mean, he does have all the tools to make a great support, but after playing him a lot, I noticed a few of his shortcomings. For starters, it kinda sucks not having access to Red Trinket. Trying to make sure you're not on vision is really tough without it, especially since Riot rarely opened up the mid lane when the map changed. The problem I have with Fiddlesticks as a champion is he's rarely reliant on who's on the enemy team. If there's an Ashe, GG, you can never get a 5-man fear with ult cause she'll always scout you with her E. If there's a Leona, GG, you can never press W because it'll instantly get cancelled with one of her 3 CC abilities. To put it simply in one sentence, when Fiddlesticks is good, he's rarely good. But when he's bad, he's just plain terrible. So I see the potential Fiddlesticks has as a support, but he can't be played every game because he just gets countered by so many champions, especially bot lane champions. So I believe you should play Fiddlesticks support if you're an OTP. If you don't know when to pick him, you'll never end up having fun. But if you're looking for a fun jungle champion to play as a support, you should watch this Evelynn support video on screen now. So thanks for watching this video, and as always, have fun and take it easy.